Hello everyone, I'm Tim Johnson, and I'm pleased to welcome my broadcast partners, two of my Olympic heroes, Rulon Gardner and the dynamic Nate Carr.
Tim, I'm excited to be here today. The big guys are going at it, and I know they're going to wrestle with intensity. I know they're going to let it all hang on the mat. I tell you what, these guys are looking so tough in this competition. I don't know if our big guy could take them.
Oh, that's offensive. How about I show you right now?
Go ahead with Tim.
Yeah, sure. But you know what? These boys today are going to put it all on the line because these are the heavyweights. These are the 264-pound heavyweights. They're going to put it all on the mat today. Watch for throws, watch for takedowns, watch for excitement, because this is what I call wrestling.
But first, let's review last week, where Cormier and Rollins made it through some tough competitors. Lowney came out strong with a technical fall over Ryan Tobin, and things were looking good. But Tommy Rollins eked out a 4-3 victory to make it to the finals. On the top side of the bracket, Cormier stormed through Preston and Lamer. Lamer had upset Hahn earlier, and we have some new information about that match. While this was a good match, what we have found out is halfway through this match, Hahn blew out his knee, tearing his ligaments, but he toughed it out and finished the match anyway, even with a blown knee. Talk about tough. Hahn underwent surgery to repair his knee, and the prognosis looks good. This week, we're going all the way to the top, 264 pounds. Let's take a look at these competitors.
First seed at 264 pounds is Thompson of the California Claw. Another premier Nebraska heavyweight, Thompson is an NCAA champion, U.S. national champion, two-time Pan Am champion, and a 2004 Olympic team runner-up. He will face Papyan on the Minnesota Freeze. Papyan is a 10-time Armenian national champion and was on the 2000 Armenian Olympic team. Last year, he placed 4th in the Dave Schultz Memorial. The next match features Air Force pilot Kevin Hoy of the Chicago Groove. A two-time All-American at the Air Force Academy, the 4th seed was a 2003 NCAA runner-up, and he took 5th in the 2004 Olympic trials. He'll face off against the 5 seed Kellen Fluker of the Texas Shooters. An All-American at Arizona State, Kellen placed 6th in the 2004 Nationals and 4th in the 2004 Olympic team trials, just ahead of Kevin Hoy. In the bottom bracket is number 3 seed and a fan favorite, Brian Keck of the Oklahoma Slam. A junior college national champion and a Pan Am champion in 2003, Keck has both Greco and Freestyle experience. He will go against Wes Hand of the Iowa Stalkers. A two-time All-American as an Iowa Hawkeye, Hand was an NCAA runner-up, U.S. national place winner, and a runner-up in the 2003 Sunkissed Kids International Tournament. In the final match, we have 2nd seed Pat Cummins of the Pennsylvania Hammer. A two-time All-American at Penn State, Cummins was the 2004 NCAA runner-up and 6th place finisher in the 2004 Olympic team trials. He will go head-to-head with Angelo Borzio of the New York Outrage. Borzio, who finished 3rd in the 2001 U.S. Nationals, is an NCAA champion and 5-time national place winner. Borzio completes our heavyweight bracket.
Well, there you have it, the 264-pound, 120-kilogram weight class. Any predictions?
You know what? I have to go with my favorite, Thompson. Went to college with him, competed with him, trained with him. He's got more experience than anybody else here, but there is a lot of youth out here. Both the Greco and the Freestyle heavyweights retired this year. It's an open weight class. Anybody could win it. I just look forward to going out there and watching them wrestle today.
I think you're right, Rulon. Tully's the favorite, but it's an open weight class.
After these messages, we'll come back for highlights from the quarterfinal round here at Real Pro Wrestling, the new league of superheroes.
After this break, quarterfinal action gets underway, featuring the top seed, Thompson of the California Claw. Next on Real Pro Wrestling. The goal of every wrestler is to pin his opponent and win the match. But here are other points wrestlers can score. 1 point for a push-out or an escape. 2 points for a basic takedown, a turn, or reversal. Throws are worth 4 points, and a big throw is 6. The RPW power meter keeps track of how much the wrestlers control the center of the mat. When a wrestler's power meter expires, his opponent gets a bonus and 20 seconds to throw it. Only the offensive wrestler can score, and only with a throw.
It's time for Real Pro Wrestling!
Our first match featured the number 1 seed, Thompson, a 2-time Pan Am champion wrestling for the California Claw, being challenged by the Minnesota Freeze's Papyan, an Armenian national champion and Olympian. Another Nebraska heavyweight and Olympic trials runner-up, Thompson wasted no time unloading on Papyan, attacked him with a double and driving him to the mat. Thompson then tried to gut-wrench his opponent, but when he switched off to the ankle lace, he turned Papyan for a 6-0 lead. Tolly went back to the ankle lace, taking advantage of a Greco wrestler inexperienced in defending his legs. And from the standing position, he turned Corin again. And when it looked like he would turn Papyan again, he just rolled him up, pinning his shoulders to the mat.
Fall!
It was all over with Thompson getting the fall. Way to go, Thompson. You pick up 15 huge points for the California Claw. Our second match featured All-American Air Force cadet Kevin Hoy, the 4 seed representing the Chicago Groove, up against the 5 seed of the Texas Shooters, Kellen Fluker. These guys know each other well from the 2004 Olympic team trials, and Fluker went on the attack first, getting Hoy off balance and spinning behind for a takedown. Kellen stayed on the offensive with the single leg attacks, taking a 3-0 lead when he pushed Kevin out. Hoy was being way too passive and his power meter dropped, putting Fluker in the bonus. From the parterre position, Kellen went with the reverse lift, but Hoy was hooking with the leg to prevent the throw. Hoy was penalized 2 points at the end of the period. Fluker was ahead 5-0. When the match resumed, Hoy went on the offensive, and after stepping on Fluker's foot, he got behind him for a takedown. Hoy attacked low again, and with a sweeping counter shot, he was in control, scoring another takedown to close the score to 5-4. Fluker rallied with a single leg attack, but he couldn't finish, and Hoy countered, shooting in on Kellen. With great awareness, Fluker stayed in bounds and then scored a push out. Kellen was tiring though, and Hoy was awarded a bonus. When Kevin attempted to throw, Fluker defended by getting his hips back and getting a takedown to end the bonus. Hoy needed to score with time running out, and Fluker was wrestling defensively. Kellen then tied up Hoy with a single leg, milking the clock as long as he could. Hoy tried to get behind Fluker one more time for the takedown, but Kellen defended until time expired. Fluker takes the match in an upset 6-4 and advances to the semis to take on the number 1 seed Thompson.
How you feel about that match, Kellen?
Oh, I was tired. You know, a lot of times first match is just trying to get the, blow it out, get the cobwebs out. It's been a little while since I competed. So it was just really about going out there and blowing my lungs out, getting ready for the rest of the tournament.
Fluker and Thompson advance to clash in the semifinals. Their match is next on Real Pro Wrestling.
Welcome back to Real Pro Wrestling. Guys, we saw number 1 seeded Thompson put on a showcase in the first quarterfinal round. Now we're ready for the semifinals in the upper half of the bracket.
That's right, Tim. Our first semifinal match is between Thompson of the California Claw and Kellen Fluker of the Texas Shooters. And both of these guys' teams are at the bottom, and they both could use some points.
You know what? Thompson's fall helped the California Claw claw their way back into opportunity to get back into the prize money. That's their goal, is to come back, have opportunity to win some money for their team.
Well, before the match begins, let's take a minute and meet our wrestlers on Real Pro Wrestling.
My name's Thompson. I wrestle 120 kilos. Well, growing up in Iowa, one of the best states in the country. No neighbors. It's peaceful. I enjoy competing. I enjoy wrestling. I enjoy going to practice every day. It teaches you hard work and discipline and a lot of different values that you ain't gonna learn in other sports. You have to have your heart, dedication, you know, and a good, strong work ethic. My work ethics came from right here, you know, on these farms in this area of Iowa. This is what Iowa's built on right here, corn. I got a very strong family. This is my daughter Bree, my wife Tracy, and my oldest daughter Peyton. In wrestling, it ain't gonna be handed to you on a silver platter. I go out there, I wrestle hard, blood, sweat. You gotta be in great shape. If I do what I'm supposed to do, I believe the California Claw will take care of itself.
There are many facets to Kellen Fluker. We're here at Brunson Lee Elementary this morning. All right, go!
I'm a PE teacher, kindergarten through 6th grade.
You're gone, Samantha. I'm really a giant comic book nerd. I love Spider-Man, the X-Men. Spider-Man, a new line release worth several $100s. With great power comes great responsibility. Every Spider-Man fan knows that one. I'm ready for some pain, so let's get it on. After about 2 hours, the skin just is so irritated that even looking at it hurts. Oh, there we go. I really like that. That looks awesome. I don't know that wrestling is an addiction, but I would say that people who are wrestlers are kind of adrenaline junkies. I look at the body as an empty canvas. I gotta cover it up. Nordic symbols there. Victory, this one is karma, and this one is overcoming with inner strength. I got the tattoos for my insecurities.
Now that we've met our wrestlers, let's go to the mat for the battle. Rick Baird, our announcer, it's all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's time to wrestle at 264 pounds. From the California Claw, it's Thompson. And here comes his opponent from the Texas Shooters, Kellen Fluker.
Welcome back for the biggest Real Pro Wrestling semifinal match to date. Big because we're talking about the heavyweights, 264 pounds, where the #1 heavyweight in the USA, California's Thompson, is attempting to claw his way to an RPW national title. His opponent, Kellen Fluker, represents the Texas Shooters.
Fluker, he's tough. He's wrestling good. He was 6th in the 2004 U.S. Nationals. So it's going to be a great match, but I tell you what, Thompson is a stud.
He absolutely is. He went to my alma mater, University of Nebraska, won an NCAA championship there. Been training many years on the freestyle national team. Wrestled Greco, has a lot of knowledge of both styles. Has a great double leg, a great single leg, has a great high crotch, and also has a great gut wrench and ankle legs. He's got every tool it takes to become the first national championship at heavyweight for the US of A.
For Real Pro Wrestling, would you say that you think Tolly's great?
He is one of the best conditioned, heavyweights that we have in America. I look forward to watching him come out and hopefully win this tournament coming from my alma mater.
Hey, I don't think it can come from a better expert than Rulon Gardner, the only USA wrestler ever to win 2 Olympic medals in Greco-Roman, one of the best wrestlers in the history of the United States. And I'm also with Nate Carr, Olympian from 1988, 3-time NCAA champion. As Thompson, he's the last wrestler that could get in the finals for the California Claws, and I think he's gonna make his case, huh?
There's no doubt. Fluker's just not in the same league.
Overmatched, Here's Thompson out there, great position, gut wrench. Drive. He has to keep pushing with his legs, drive, take him over for 2 points. And what he does here is he holds him for what's called a 5 count. Gets you 1 extra bonus point. So right there, it was 2 points for the turn, 1 point for the hold. Now he's back on top. His goal is to finish this matchup 15-0 early in the first period, not even have to go to the second.
There's no doubt. No.
Coming back to the feet, here we go with great action. Up 9-0, Tolly Thompson using his athletic ability. Look how strong and massive he's built. I used to wrestle him when we'd go in and we would scrap every practice, every day. We would both give 100%, and I think that's the type of practices he's been living through and he's been going through, and that's what's helped him.
Look at that!
Oh,
oh my goodness, he just runs him over.
That's the intensity it takes. Tolly Thompson with a 2-point takedown and a 2-point exposure.
And I think it's over. I think it's over. He's going to gut him here. That's
and it is over.
Officially over. Tolly needs to come back on top. Match is over. There it is.
In 2 minutes and 4 seconds, technical fall. Thompson, it's 15-0. 15 points for the California Claws. He goes to the finals. There you have it. Tolly Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, by a fall, Tolly Thompson.
He topped it off with a turn.
There we go. Tolly Thompson with the takedown. He simply kind of waits him out, drives him, comes around from behind, and then drives him over with a simple kind of push on the hip, drive him over. Didn't have to do a half Nelson or anything. Got 2-point exposure and one more gut wrench for the win.
On that was just good awareness on Tolly's part. He just seen an opportunity to flip him on his back there.
He's a big man with big dreams, and that's Tolly Thompson. He's the winner. He's in the finals and will be part of RPW's big show, the National Championships. You won't want to miss it.
Tolly is standing by with one of our reporters.
He looked like he was a little banged up, but yeah, you stayed within your game plan, snaps. You didn't really attack the leg at all. Clean gut wrenches.
Yep. I feel my gut wrench is solid, That ain't there, my lace is there. So I'm at the point in my game where I need to use that stuff for my advantage.
It looks like you changed your gut wrench down just a little bit lower than you normally do.
Yeah, I've worked with Rulon a little bit on it, and, crunch it. So, that's where I'm at. So.
Quarterfinal action resumes on the bottom bracket with number 2 seed Pat Cummins, a 2-time All-American at Penn State. Next on Real Pro Wrestling.
The bottom half of the bracket begins with quarterfinal matches. Brian Keck of the Oklahoma Slam versus Wes Hand of the Iowa Stalkers. Also Pat Cummins of the Pennsylvania Hammer versus Angelo Borzio of the New York Outrage.
On the bottom bracket was the Oklahoma Slam's Brian Keck, a 2003 Pan Am gold medalist and a big-time heavyweight. He thought he could rip up Wes Hand, a 2-time All-American at Iowa, now wrestling for the Iowa Stalkers. The match began with Hand controlling the center of the mat. Then he caught Keck off balance, pushing him out of bounds and into the floor. Keck remained too passive, waiting for his shot at a throw, and his power meter dropped so low that Hand was awarded the bonus. In the throw attempt, Hand was cautioned for changing levels. Then Keck was cautioned for moving after being set. Wes was struggling, trying to get a lock on the big guy, and when he finally attempted the throw, Brian defended until time ran out on the bonus. When action resumed, Hand changed levels and caught Keck off guard, putting Brian's back to the mat for a throw. Keck was down and hurt. There was a timeout to look at Brian's knee.
Great shot. Brian Keck doesn't do anything, but he put the pressure on that knee. It buckled down there. I don't know if Brian Keck's going to be able to come back from this.
Keck tried to continue, but Hand quickly went for a single leg, powering Keck down for another throw. This time, Brian wasn't getting up. He was in some serious pain with a blown-out knee. Wes Hand was up 9-0, but he won by forfeit and picked up 15 huge points for the Iowa Stalkers.
Well, it was a dominant performance. What did you do to prevent him from getting his offense going on you?
Just try to hold my position, keep my hands working, keep hand fighting, stay in his face, and pick and choose and hit holds while they're there. I got off a little bit slow, but it ended good.
Our final match pitted the New York Outrage's Angelo Borzio, a 5-time U.S. Nationals place winner, against last year's NCAA runner-up, the number 2 seed Pat Cummins of the Pennsylvania Hammer. The match was a contest between Borzio's size and Pat Cummins' speed and mobility. Angelo went on the offensive first, attacking Pat with a high crotch and getting him off balance enough to get behind him for 2 points. Cummins was then called for being too passive, and Borzio was awarded the bonus. Angelo locked up, but the throw attempt backfired and no points were scored. Cummins then went on the attack, but Borzio sprawled, defending well. And from the front headlock, he tried to turn Cummins. But now it was Cummins who countered and defended well, holding Angelo on his back for 3 points with a turn and near fall. It was the end of the first period, and Borzio had lost the lead to Cummins. The second period began with both men staying upper body, looking for the throw and a big score. But then Cummins changed levels on Borzio, attacking the single leg and getting him off balance until he could trip him and score the takedown. Borzio went back to the front headlock, but once again he failed to finish and execute the turn. Angelo then switched and attacked the single leg, but Pat spun behind him for another takedown. Cummins then gut-wrenched Borzio to take a commanding 9-2 lead. Borzio rallied with a trip and a takedown, but he lost control of Cummins, and Pat scored a point for an escape as they scrambled out. Borzio had his chances, but Pat Cummins' second period dominance proved the difference. Cummins gets the win 10-4 and earns 16 points for the Pennsylvania Hammer.
Angelo's a big guy, you got to use my quickness to my advantage and just, stay away from his big stuff and score when I can and move a lot, stay in the open, get the job done.
The second semifinal is now set, and when we return, we'll get up close with heavyweights Wes Hand and Pat Cummins, and the action continues on Real Pro Wrestling.
Welcome back to Real Pro Wrestling. We're down to our final match at 264 pounds, where a number 6 seed is challenging the number 2 seed.
That's right, Tim. Our second semifinal match is between Wes Hand of the Iowa Stalkers, Pat Cummins of the Pennsylvania Hammer. Hand's quarterfinal match was by a forfeit, and it really gave Iowa the boost. The slam really needed the point, but Iowa is probably out of reach now.
Great heavyweight Pat Cummins has an opportunity to stop Iowa and gain a few points for the Hammer. It's a tight race right through the middle.
But once again, before we go to the matches, let's go home and meet our wrestlers on Real Pro Wrestling.
Pat Cummins, 120 kilograms.
We're at the Deli Restaurant, downtown State College. Big heavyweight like me's got to fuel up. Let's go head inside. Being a heavyweight, it's all about eating.
Are you ready to order?
Yeah, I think so. Let's get a nachos grande, some coconut shrimp. I need a steak. Can also get a small side salad. I think that's gonna fill the table.
I've been wrestling for about 10 years now. Some of the hazards of wrestling are, you can get the cauliflower ear, and of course the missing teeth.
Thank you. Almost forgot. Gotta take the tooth out.
I'm a hammer, Pennsylvania Hammer. I'm explosive, going until there's nothing left.
And all the nachos stick together, that's one nacho.
I'm an aggressive wrestler. That's my style is pretty aggressive. Like always shooting and always, trying to attack. I have a couple of funky moves, but it's good. It's good for the points.
Ready for dessert? Apple walnut pie. Wow. Thank you. Train hard, eat hard, baby.
We're at Virginia Tech University in Blacksburg, Virginia. I am the assistant wrestling coach at Virginia Tech. Michael Vick put Virginia Tech football on the map. We're trying to put Virginia Tech wrestling on the map.
My style of wrestling is explosive, physical, trying to make you look as bad as possible, and I'll do whatever it takes to beat you.
Hey, this is the Virginia Tech mascot, Virginia Tech Hokey Bird. I've been at Virginia Tech Wrestling for 3 years, just finished my 3rd season. How you doing? Wes Hand, Virginia Tech Wrestling. I work for head coach Tom Brands. He pushed me as a competitor, now he's pushing me as a coach. It's a VT, baby. Right hand over there. I don't get in a big hurry, switch, come up to your feet.
And in wrestling, you like to try to do the impossible. Beat guys you're not supposed to beat.
Come on, good wrestling here. Smart wrestling.
You don't train to beat the guys you can beat every day. You train to beat the guys that people don't think you can beat.
Time. Another Hokey Bird, man. Can't get enough of the Hokey Bird.
Now that we've met our 2 competitors, let's see them battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes our next match at 264 pounds from the Pennsylvania Hammer. It's Pat Cummins! And his opponent from the Iowa Stalkers, come on, let's hear it for Wes Hand!
We're back, and we're ready for Real Pro Wrestling's final heavyweight semifinal match, pitting number 2 seed from the Pennsylvania Hammer, Pat Cummins, against the number 6 seed for the Iowa Stalkers, Wes Hand. The winner gains the finals and the chance to knock off number 1, Thompson.
Wow, Pat Cummins has an opportunity here, training with Kerry McCoy, to go out there and have the experience. He has a great double leg, a great gut wrench. I don't know if he's have enough to take out Wes here, but you know what? We're going to give it 100% effort, and I know he put it all on the mat, just like he does every day in practice.
Wes Hand, 2-time All-American from the University of Iowa. You'll know he'll come into this one with great intensity, so it should be a great one.
Here we go. Wes is coming out there kind of controlling the tempo in the middle of the mat. It's a matter of who is in position to control, the mat to who gets the bonus. Double overhooks for a 4-point throw. Wow, what explosion.
Hey, now watch Wes Hand's expression after it's over. Now watch him come up here. He goes, whoa. I mean, if you saw his face, it was unbelievable.
What just happened? Did I get hit in a tornado or a hurricane? Where did I go? You know what?
Was it Hurricane Zelda?
He had the position. Because look at this. Right here, Wes comes out there, has a double overhooks, and all Pat does is simply steps in with the hip, pops, and explodes. That look on his face, you can't describe the feeling of being launched like that.
Oh, that was nice.
You have no idea where you're going, and hope you just land down with everything intact, and also the aspect of landing in the moat.
Pat Cummins, 2-time All-American from Pennsylvania State. He's tough.
It's a good one. It started off pretty good.
Right now, I think that the call is going to stand. It should be 4-0.
Under review, the call stands at 4.
I don't know what they were reviewing it, unless they wanted it to be 6. I don't think it was worth 6, but it was a beautiful throw.
That puts Wes Hand down.
Contact.
See what Pat can do here.
Here we go, back with the action. Pat has a great opportunity to get a turn here to go ahead 6-0, but I think Wes, doesn't know what hit him the first few seconds. Now he's going to come back, and he's going to put the intensity right back on Pat when they come back to the feet.
Hand, an NCAA runner-up, and Cummins, a 2-time All-American. Both of them trying to work their way into becoming one of America's best, and they have an opportunity to go to the finals of Real Pro Wrestling's National Championship.
I know Wes Hand is trying to pull him down to get that front headlock. He really loves that front headlock. He's trying to get Pat there.
And the thing is you look at it, Wes is kind of controlling the middle of the mat. He's the one that's dictating it, and that was the thing about that move. Pat just waited on him, was patient, waited for him to think he had the double underhook, started driving him out of bounds. It's just simply pop in, explode your hips through, right to the back. Beautiful throw, and right now, Wes needs to come back and at least get 1 or 2 points before the end of the period.
Oh, nice move on Pat there. Uh-oh, he might get a throw. He stepped out.
Was he out?
Yep, that's 1 point for the push out.
I want to see the throw.
Wow, these heavyweights have no fear. Here we go. Look at that. Pat has the position, has the double underhooks, comes around. Wes tries to pull his head down, doesn't. Right before they go out of bounds for the takedown, Wes Hand steps out of bounds for 1 for the push out.
I think Wes Hand had that front headlock, and Pat threw his head up, and that broke it.
Now what you can do there, if you have enough energy, enough pop in your hips, you can actually pop through there and throw an individual over for 6 points. It's kind of tough for a heavyweight to do, but it's still early enough in the match where they still have the strength where they can do that. And I hope to see more big, explosion throws like that. I know going into the finals, Thompson's waiting. He's looking to, go out and tear him apart with the claw.
That's the bonus time.
Up or down? Up.
They've said he was too passive.
You guys know the drill. Toe to toe, hip to hip. Okay. Defense comes set. Defensive is set. Offensive lock. Chest up. Hold position.
Wes is going to go for a lock.
Back out.
Oh, he dropped those hips a little bit.
That's a caution. You can't come in and drop your level. You step in toe to toe, hip to hip. Take a good lock. Clear?
Stacy's calling it correctly. He wants him to come in there and be fair.
Offensive lock.
Now in the bonus position,
Here we go. Wes has an opportunity to throw.
Caution, red. You can't back out. Hold your position. Hold position, guys. You understand?
And you know what? Wes Hand still dropped his hips.
Defense is a set.
But if you look at it, I think Wes is you know, probably a little bit shorter than Pat. And right now it's the exact same thing.
Oh! He got the 4 points. He's back in it.
Oh my goodness.
He's back in it.
That's the only thing he could have done to give up points.
And so is that considered a throw?
It depends if he hooks. We're going to watch it here on the replay. They come around. He can't step around. He tripped him. That is a caution. They're back on the mat. No. They got a timeout.
Well, if they don't take the TV challenge, they're not taking.
There we go.
They got it. Good call.
The red towel's in.
They should overrule that call.
Brands is upset over there.
You've challenged.
Oh, no.
He's already challenged once, so he doesn't get it. That's what
they challenged in this match.
Oh my goodness, I don't remember that.
Whoa.
Contact. Up. Back up.
I think maybe he's thinking one per duel meet.
No, it's one per match. It's one per match.
They should get a timeout.
Set your feet. Lock, set.
They should get a timeout. Whoa, they're not playing this safe, I don't think. They're not playing it fair. Because that is not a 4-point throw. He hooked him in that throw right there. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're starting off. I think Wes Hand got a gift right there. He got a hand from the referee.
I think he got 2 gifts because he said that they have already challenged in this match, and I don't recall anything.
Oh, you know what? I think Kerry McCoy's looking at going out and double legging Stacy right to his back. I'd better watch out on that one.
There it is again. Joe Say, the Olympic coach, took Oklahoma State to a team national championship.
And earlier, Wes's team was the one that objected. They threw the timeout. They didn't do it over here.
Let's go. Set.
Maybe we missed it.
No, Wes's team threw it in. Okay, here we go. Back to the action. Wes Hand's now feeling a little zealous.
There's Wes Hand on the shot. There he is. Whoa! Nice. Wes Hand just said, not again. You're not launching me again, buddy. I've got awareness on that one. Did you see that? That was awesome action there. Wes Hand bear hugging him right out of bounds.
Here we go.
Look at that trip.
Beautiful double underhook for the bear hug right to his back. Used a little trip in there to take him to his back for 4 points.
Hand goes from rags to riches fast. I mean, it's 8-5 now in favor of Wes Hand. First period, 15 seconds left.
But that's the thing of wrestling. 1 second you can be on top, next second you can be down by 5 points. You can't make a mistake. You can't allow your opponent to find a weakness in your defense.
Now, guys, don't you think that Wes Hand feels like he's found something?
Just like in that first big throw, he's only ahead by 3.
Wow, look at Wes Hand in that front headlock. He should try to go around here. Try to go.
And he gives up 2. He gives up 2.
Mistake will kill you.
8-7. That's the end of the first period. 8-7 in favor of Wes Hand. And we'll be back for more Real Pro Wrestling after this. And we're back for Real Pro Wrestling's heavyweight semifinal between Wes Hand and Pat Cummins. Guys, was it hooked?
No, that's a beautiful double overhook right to his back. That's the first throw. Pat, look at that. Boom.
That's what Pat Cummins came out strong with.
What a great throw. Great elevation of the hips.
That was certainly no controversy there.
No, you know what? They came back. Pat was ahead.
There he is again. He's back in there again.
You see Wes Hand pull it out?
You know what? That comes. Now he's maybe not so confident in that position now that he knows that Pat can throw him. He may have to be a little more cautious, but I don't know if Pat's going to have enough in his gas tank to come back and win this match. I think Wes Hand's in a little better position.
Rulon, Pat needs to take some single leg shots, a double, probably try to catch Wes Hand off balance there instead of going upstairs all the time.
Well, whoever said big guys can't move, did you say that, Rulon?
You know what? Being a big guy and being a Greco big guy that knows how to throw, I never said that. I think it's our little friend on our side over here.
You're listening to Rulon Gardner, Olympic gold medalist, and Nate Carr, Olympic bronze medalist, 3-time NCAA champion, 2 of America's greatest wrestlers in their history. I'm Tim Johnson. We're bringing you Real Pro Wrestling, the heavyweight semifinal between Wes Hand and Pat Cummins. Hands up, 8-7.
Here we go. Come on, excitement back. The power meter's going down on Hand. Cummins has the opportunity right here to possibly go to the clinch, and I know
that, Cummins is looking for one big throw in this match.
I think he's actually looking for a shot, and I think West Hand's strategy should be to lock him up, keep him upstairs, and look for that bear hug again. Just don't get launched.
That's exactly right. Don't get launched. That's a big thing. Right now, Pat's got to come out to the outside. Right now you're wasting energy by being on the mat. You're supporting your weight plus your opponent's weight. That's a bad position to be in if you're a Pat.
Referee's going to have to call a stalemate there. No, they can't advance in their position, so they'll take them back up to neutral again.
Pat Cummins in the red ankle band, West Hand in the blue, and West Hand out in front still 8-7 with 1:20 left in the match.
Whoa!
And right there, Hand had an opportunity to push out, didn't he, Nate?
Yes, but the Wizard came so quick from with West Hand. Pat took a good shot. They're banging each other on the head, I'll tell you that.
And the action meter goes down on Hand. There's the officials say you're too passive, West Hand, and so it's Pat Cummins' opportunity for a Greco moment.
Here we go, going for the upper body Greco throw.
West Hand has 2 cautions.
Yeah, two cautions. It'll be exciting to see, There's only a minute left, but the question is how is he going to go out of this throw? He has an opportunity to go for a big throw here.
This is big, guys. This is big.
8-7, Hands ahead. Oh! No points. He did not expose. He did not expose that back. He has to lift him. He has to lift him here. He has to pick him up and launch him. That's the only way.
That was a good call.
It was nice.
Didn't officially explode. Even though it was a great throw, he has to step up. No. He's got to bring him back to the feet. Here we go.
And we're back to the feet with 48 seconds left in the match. What a throw, but he did not expose.
Look at this. This is great. Over. West came up. The problem is he came up, but boom. It
he never broke.
Hip. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nice job by West Hand.
Nice call by the official.
Yeah.
Great scramble. It was a pretty easy call. Now West is sitting back on his heels. He can't get too passive.
Whoa. Oh, that was scary. He almost got drove out by Pat. He needs to get back to the center. West Hand needs to control the center.
35 seconds left. Pat needs to do something
here. There's that shot. That's what I was talking about. I said he'll lower him to sleep and he'll hit that shot. Did I not say it?
Absolutely beautiful. Great technique. Pat's got more in his tank than Hand does.
Whoa. 20 seconds left.
West Hand needs a hand right now. He's in trouble.
He needs an escape, or Stacey Davis, the official, is going to put him up.
Look at this. Sets him up.
I told you he would lower him to sleep. Look at that double, lowers his level, and it's easy. He forgot about his legs.
But you know what? I think West Hand got complacent. Didn't stay focused on the mat. Thought he had the win. 20 seconds left. Made a mistake. He's only ahead by 1. West Hand needs to tack him out of bounds. For 1, we could go to overtime.
He needs to drop him right here.
Inadvertent. Let's go up. Inadvertent. Let's go.
3 seconds left. He still has a chance.
It's over. It's over. And Pat Cummins.
What a match.
From Pennsylvania Hammer takes West Hand, the Iowa Stalker. He wins 9-8. There's your winner, Pat Cummins. And he'll meet Tolly Thompson in the finals. Number 1 ranked Tolly Thompson. There you have it. Pat Cummins, the winner, 9-8.
We'll talk to our winner, Pat Cummins, and wrap it up when Real Pro Wrestling returns.
Well, we saw a blowout and a thriller in the semifinal matches, setting up the championship round, guys. The question is, will Tolly Thompson steamroll his way through this entire tournament?
Tim, Thompson gained 30 points, and that's the most points he could get. He is the best of the biggest, and with great experience, he's a tough one. Rulon, I don't know if he's as tough as you, though.
You know what? You're feeding my ego and everything else, but you know what? These are the heavyweights of the future. Pat Cummins, he may have youth, he may not have as much experience as Tolly Thompson, but he has desire. And I think that's going to be a big key to see which one of these athletes becomes real pros next national champion at heavyweight.
One of our reporters is with the Pennsylvania Hammer's Pat Cummins. Let's go to Tom, who's with Pat.
You jumped out of the lead, clock's ticking down. Did you ever kind of worry that you weren't going to get that last takedown?
No, always be confident. I always knew I could do it.
How much does it help to look over in your corner and you got world silver medalist, 2-time Olympian Kerry McCoy giving you an earful?
Yeah, Kerry's a big influence in my wrestling. It's great to have him in my corner. I'm glad that he's Pennsylvania Hammer coach.
So once again in the finals at 264 pounds, we have the number 2 seed, Pat Cummins of the Hammer, versus the number 1 seed, Tolly Thompson of the Claw. The battle of the big men. The question is, with Kerry McCoy retiring and you retiring, Rulon, Who is the nation's best big man?
Well, Tim, we'll find out soon enough in the championship, but I'm putting my money on Thompson.
You know what, Thompson, a fellow training partner of mine, University of Nebraska, is a great wrestler. There's also a great wrestler who's a training partner of mine in the Athens Olympics, whose name is Dramil Byers, who wrestles for the Armed Forces. They're not here wrestling for real pro wrestling yet. They're out there defending our country. I look forward to them coming in here, and when Thompson and Byers wrestle, that will be an amazing match. I look forward to the future of real pro wrestling.
Good point, Rulon, but until then, Thompson and Cummins are our two finalists. And the California Claw, the team that was out of it, they're back in it, headed into the finals because of Thompson's big wins. Now the lineup for the finals next week is set. And in our first championship match at 121 pounds, the Hammer's Sammy the Bull Henson takes on Tig Moore of the Oklahoma Slam.
That's right, Tim. They're the 1 and 2 seeds at this weight. Henson has dominated his two opponents in Tim Derlin and Mike Minna. The question is, can Teague make Henson sweat?
You know what? The Hammer and the Slam are both within striking distance of Iowa. This is a huge match for both teams.
Should be a great one. Our next championship match is at 132 pounds, where Tony Deanda of the New York Outrage takes on Zach Roberson of the first place Iowa Stalkers.
You know what? This is the upset bracket of the tournament. The number 5 seed, Tony Deanda, came from the top side, facing the number 7 seed, the bottom side of the bracket. Two unknowns coming through to make the championship match. This is going to be an amazing tournament.
That's right, Rulon. This is the top 2 teams in the standings, and New York needs Deanda to hold on to stay in.
This one should be fun to watch. The next class is 145 pounds, where number 2 seed Eric Larkin of the Texas Shooters is being challenged by the number 4 seed Doug Schwab of the Iowa Stalkers.
That's right, Tim. Larkin scored 29 points in 2 matches, and Schwab blew away Jared Freyer in the quarterfinals. And then he upset a tough Chris Bono in a very thrilling match.
You know what? Schwab, the number 4 seed, if he can still continue to upset all the way to the finals, win the final match, Iowa Stalkers will finish off the tournament. They will be the champions, but the Shooters are out of it. But they're still in there for Larkin. They're still hoping that he can win the championship to bring back a little team pride.
Well, we'll see what happens next week. There's no upsets here at 163 pounds. Joe Williams of the Chicago Groove versus Joe Heskett of the Stalkers. That's number 1 versus number 2.
You have 2 Joes, Joe Williams, Joe Heskett. Joe Williams, an Olympian, very explosive, aggressive, will finish the match very quickly if he gets the opportunity. Joe Heskett's aggressive, he's confident, he scored 24 points on his way through 2 matches to go to the championship match.
Rulon, have you noticed how many Iowa guys are in the finals? No wonder why they're in the lead.
Well, these guys have met a lot. I'm just wondering if the rules, the differences in the rules for real pro wrestling will make a difference. This one I'm looking forward to. We're in the home stretch now at 184 pounds. The number 2 seed, Brad Varing of the New York Outrage, takes on the number 4 seed, Mohamed Lawal of the Oklahoma Slam.
What? No Stalkers in this round. Lawal was impressive, beating Fullhard of Iowa in the semifinals. And Varing was impressive early. But I'm telling you what, you better watch out for Mohamed Lawal.
Here we are, the 2nd and 3rd place team. Right now they have a chance to gain on the Iowa Stalkers since they don't have a wrestler in the championship. Lou Wall's a great wrestler, young wrestler, maybe a little inexperienced. Brad Varing, Olympian, has an opportunity to go out there, show his class, go out there. It's going to be a great championship match.
Should be a super match. From the men to the big men. In the 211-pound championship match, it pits the number 1 seeded Daniel Cormier of the Oklahoma Slam versus the number 2 seed Tommy Rowlands of the New York Outrage.
Olympian Daniel Cormier scored 30 points on his way to the championship match, beating the number 8 seed and the number 4 seed, going up against Tommy Rowlands. Will Tommy Rowlands be rolled over by Cormier?
Here's another match between 2nd and 3rd place teams. Points are critical now in the 11th hour of real pro wrestling. Slam versus the Outrage. Money is on the line for match points, individual results, and team.
And we'll be watching the scoreboard. Our final championship round is the really big guys at 264 pounds, where we have another 1 versus 2 seed matchup. Pat Cummins of the Pennsylvania Hammer challenges the favorite Tolly Thompson of the California Claw.
Both creamed their opponents in the quarters and the semis. Thompson scored 30 points. Cummins scored 19 points. This is truly the battle of the Titans. Who will be real pro wrestling heavyweight champion?
Neither team can catch the Iowa Stalkers. but it's still a very competitive race for the teams.
Well, there you have it. All 7 championship matches. See you next time on the best of Real Pro Wrestling.